this statement, I never knew you. Well, notice here, though, the issue isn't the one who's practicing the lawlessness. The person that practices lawlessness is a person who is not known by God. The person that practices lawlessness is a person who is not known by God. The person that practices lawlessness is a person who is not known by God. It's not that the other way around. So how we look at
things. Number one, you mean to tell me you out here making videos and doing lives telling people that all Seventh-day Adventists is going to hell and they preach another gospel and they're heretical?
If you are a Seventh-day Adventist, if you hold to the teachings of Seventh-day Adventism, you're going to hell.
But you have the audacity to also get on live, make videos, and tell the world this.
And just made that up now. And stop that, Gregory. Calvinism is, it can be false. It can be true. But please, if you disagree with Calvinism, don't say it's from the pit of hell. Don't do things like that. Don't say it's another God. Don't.
Come on now, dog.
I know you're lying.
Come on, man.
Don't do what when it comes to Calvinism, Corey? Word.
Do things like that. Because I think most people say that don't even understand what it means to have another gospel or a false gospel. Because all Calvinism is arguing is not how we get, not that we are saved, what makes a person saved, it's just what were the mechanisms that were taking place in the counsel of God to how we got there. That's it. That doesn't take you away from your salvation or make you any more saved. So I think folks ought to get that in their head, that being a Calvinist or an Arminian and so forth doesn't make you saved or unsaved. Neither are alive from the pit of hell.
So how do you say what you said about Seventh-day Adventism?
If you are a Seventh-day Adventist, if you hold to the teachings of Seventh-day Adventism, you're going to hell.
That boy talks so much out his throat, he don't understand how much stupidity come out his mouth. I pay attention. Your followers don't. Number two.
Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father. Now, he's going to mention some things that seem like some good things. He says, many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name? And in your name cast out demons in your name, and in your name perform many miracles. A couple things I want you to focus on that he seems to focus on in your name. Notice this, each time that he says that, he says, Lord, Lord, not to the name of yours or yours, the name that he says, and also the name. So each time he mentions these things, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name? Now, the way he says it, he starts us off. You can't see this in English, but in the Greek, he says, uto so onomati. So in your name, did we prophesy? Did we not prophesy? And in your name, did we not cast out demons? And in your name. So didn't we do these based on you?
Come on, man. We know how to read now.
And he's, no, you didn't. You did those things, or maybe you didn't. Jesus is not even addressing whether these things are actually true or not. Let's assume for the sake of this discussion that these things did happen, that they did cast out demons in his name, that they did give a revelation or word in his name. But notice what he says. And then I will declare to them, I never knew you. There has never been that relationship. So now he says, depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. So there is this practicing of lawlessness that's happening in you. Now notice, if we were to compare this with Romans 7, Paul brings the same issue up, and the issue that Paul has here or the issue that Paul has that shows us that's different from the person that's actually practicing, because Paul actually uses the word practicing, but he's not a person that's condemned eternally. As a matter of fact, let's go there to Romans chapter 7, and I want to show you what I mean, because I don't want to confuse anyone. But if he says, but if I do the very thing I do not want to do, I agree with the law, confessing that the law is good. So now no longer am I the one doing it, but sin which dwells in me. For I know that nothing good dwells in me. And here it is, that is in my flesh. For the willing, the desire for Paul to do so is present, but the doing is not. I really want to do so. My heart is that I want to, but my flesh is the issue. For the good that I want, I do not do. But look what he says, I practice the very evil that I do not.
See, and this is the problem when we don't preach Christ. When we don't preach Christ, this is the issue we run into. People don't listen well enough. There is help for that. Philippians 2:13, for it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. So it's not you. I've been saying this a whole bunch of times. It's not even you. You doing all of this kunta ki and all this stuff, man. But the text is clear. The text is clear, bruh. You up here doing all this extra stuff, and it's damaging.
Want, or the word that he used here is philo, that I do not desire or wish, but I'm doing the very thing I don't want. So what's the issue? Well, the issue is the heart. A lot of times the Bible will say something in different ways because he's trying to get us to, maybe you could understand it better the way he says it in Matthew. Maybe you could understand it better the way that Paul says it in Romans. It's still the word of God. But the issue is the heart. And if the heart is not right, well, then the person cannot be saved. Let's go back to this statement. I never knew you. Well, notice here, though, the issue isn't the one who's practicing the lawlessness. The person that practices lawlessness is a person who is not known by God. It's not that the other way around. So how we look at not known by God, practicing the lawlessness, the person that practices lawlessness is a person who is not known by God. Practicing the lawlessness, the person that practices lawlessness is a person who is not known by God. The lawlessness, the person that practices lawlessness is a person who is not known by God. In the lawlessness, the person that practices lawlessness is a person who is not known by God.
Get over here!
The person that practices lawlessness is a person who is not known by God.
You said it out your own mouth. The person that practices lawlessness is a person who's not known by God, Corey. This is the brick wall you keep running into, my boy. This is what we've been saying. And you just read it. You did all this other stuff in my name. I don't know you. Depart from me. And there is no period there, Corey. It says, depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. In the King James, it say, and then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. What's iniquity, Corey? You said it was lawlessness. Iniquity is lawlessness, Corey. Violation of law. Wickedness, iniquity, transgression of the law, unrighteousness. What does that sound like, Corey? 1 John 3:4, whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression. Ow! I'm sorry, of the law. You said it. You read it. It's on video, yet you reject it. I mean, I guess, bro. Y'all got to start learning how to open y'all ears up, man.
It's not that the other way around. So how we look at this is, I never knew you. That's the whole point. I never knew you. Now, the word that's used here is two words. Egnon, which is an aorist active indicative, means that never in the past have I known you. I have not known you in the past. And it's emphasized even more so by this word, udapate, which is never. I have never, ever known you. At no point in time have you and I known each other.
All of that's not needed. The text clearly says, I never known you. So we ain't got to go into the Greek to see what that means. Come on, bro. It's the extra stuff. Trying to make it seem like you. All right.
Now, obviously, God knows about you, knows your name, your height, weight, all those things, your date of birth. He's the one that determined your date of birth, your date of death, where you would be born, all those things, the time and so forth. But I never knew you, never had this relationship. Now, I want to look at a couple passages to better understand what it means to say.
I ain't walking with you like that, my boy. You keep hitting this brick wall. You reject the law of God and you teach people to do that, and they are following that. You put this video out, you ran up against that brick wall. Because within this video, you tell people within Matthew 5, 6, and 7 and all of that stuff, guess what Matthew 5 also says, bro? Before you even get to Matthew 7:23. Matthew 5:17, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. This proves my point exactly. People don't like to preach Christ. They don't like to even read the words of Christ. And that is sad. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass. We both on YouTube making videos, so we clearly see heaven and earth has not passed yet. One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach me, and so he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. It continues on to say, you have heard that it was said of old, thou shalt not kill. You see what I'm saying? This stuff, they're naming stuff that's within the 10 commandments, the law of God, not the ceremonial laws. This is stuff that's named or alluded to within the 10 commandments that you told people to go and look at. Verse 27 say, ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already where? In his heart. What's that sound like, Corey? Hebrews 8:10, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their minds and write them laws in their heart, man. Come on, Corey. Oh, my boy.
FBI, open up!
What you say to me? You're diminishing, bro. You're diminishing, bro. You're unbiblical. And I've even said in my videos that I agree with you more than I disagree. But now that I'm doing some deep diving, a lot of what you say goes against the scriptures. You have your people so bewitched that they can't even see it. Now I understand why you said what you said about Calvinism.
Calvinism is, it can be false, it can be true. It can be false, it can be true. But please, if you disagree with Calvinism, don't say it's from the pit of hell. Don't do things like that. Don't say it's another God. Don't do things like that. Don't say it's from the pit of hell. Don't do things like that. Don't say it's another God. Don't do things like that. Don't say it's from the pit of hell. Don't do things like that. Don't say it's another God. Don't do things like that.
You hate people that keep the law of God, not to be saved, but because they are.
If you are a Seventh-day Adventist, if you hold to the teachings of Seventh-day Adventism, you're going to hell. You're going to hell. You're going to hell.
Jesus said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So I don't know what you're talking about. You promote the teachings of Calvinism, which has, and you know what got its roots in Calvinism? Eternal security. Once saved, always saved. We gonna talk about it, because I told you I ain't letting up off you. My foot on the gas just like yours is. Hell working overtime, and so am I.
No discussion.